Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you here live and in charge. A little championship racing here from the loud and proud ELDORA Geomax Dirt Outlaw series here for the Chop Shop Racing series and Chop Shop Racing Leagues, chopshopracing.net. If you want to be a part of that, I encourage you to do so. It's going to be fun. It's going to be loud, and I've got a co-commentator tonight. It's going to be Mr. Brad Dove. Mr. Dove, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Looks like it's going to be an exciting race today.
I think it's going to be one of the true tell-alls because this track's going to be tore up. We were talking about it earlier. I was listening to everybody talk about it in Discord as well. This one's going to be a chance to get messy, because it's the way it goes.
Yeah, they're going to see a lot of rear wings coming off, and spoilers are going to be flying off if they hit the wall. They're really brittle here.
Bad car, not a good car. It's going to be a little late model action tonight. Croaky's going to be your pole sitter. Alonzo King's going to be your outside pole sitter. How about Brian Warner Jr. Excuse me, with the new sponsor out there. Thank you, Mr. Jr. I hope you're having a good night. Bodnot's going to be outside row number 2. Mark Rutchin, Anthony Crownover, Gary Mansberger, Nick Klosterman, Mr. Church, Mr. Hazel, Mr. Straight, Mr. Strickland, and ringing up the tail end of the field, it's going to be Adam Dama, who is our Beef Jerky Unlimited driver cam tonight and is ready to rock and roll. A little VR action for the drivers. I'm excited. Go to beefjerkyunlimited.com. Make sure you get yourself a good, get yourself a beef jerky box today. We're going to have a 15-lap heat and a 75-lap feature here. 18 drivers total can make it. Of course, everybody should be able to make it. This one's just under a half mile. 69 degrees on the air temperature. 69 degrees on the track temperature, 79 degrees on the air temperature, 24% humidity, clear skies, 3-mile-an-hour wind. Track Racer weather report presented by TrackRacer.com. Use promo code CHOPSHOP to be able to save yourself a little bit of money. ChopShopRacing.net, be a part of this series. Admin Box, one of the best in the biz out there. Make sure that if you need a race control box, you get out there and you check them out. Go to adminbox at 2x's.com and use promo code CHOPSHOP10 to save yourself a little money on that as well. We love what Fish is doing over there and everything they have in store. Geomax is a geotechnical drilling soil sample solution, and you can find them by going to 6962 Odom Rd Sanger, Texas 76266. Or you can give a call 940-736-7720. Make sure that you tell them we sent you over here. They mainly test for new soils and they test soils for new homes and they do some investigative work around the Texas and southern U.S. Make sure again you get a hold of them when it comes to making sure that your soils are going to be good to go. 940-736-7720. We're going to crown a champion tonight. Mr. Dove, I know that we've already got somebody that's in the mix for that championship, but there's still some battles that can still happen.
Oh, yeah. Second, third, fourth. They're all up for grabs here. I think it's going to get exciting.
One of the best ways to get involved with iRacing is go to iRacing.com. You can use Brad Dove as your promo code for the driver you're going to go. We're at it. We're green. How about it? Croaky, King, Warner, Bodnot's going to be green flag racing, and they're going to see him drive all the way up to the high side early. We'll tap for the 2 and the 80.
The 3 wide in the back. Middle of the pack.
Ooh, 15. That's Anthony Crownover. Has Nick Klosterman and Mansberger all to the inside. We're going to see Church dig into the corner. We watched Church get involved last night with the Spring Madness Dirt Race. He learned a lot about that series. We know that he's going to be trying to push a little bit harder here as well, trying to find his pace early. Fastest lap of the race. Bodnot 16.43 early on.
86th round.
Back to the backside. Caution laps do not count. First caution comes out here. Mansberger involved. Here's a look at it. Yeah, up into Church. They drop to the corner. Oh, bad slider. Church destroyed. Mansberger with the front nose destroyed. We'll have to jump at a pit road here.
Good thing for the fast repair in this heat for Church.
And for Mansberger with that right front damage, these cars you talk about it being brittle, it shows up. This series has shown that these These cars can take a beating on the right side, but mostly on the right rear. You damage any part of that nose, and it seems like this thing wants to just go away.
Yeah, and if you make any contact with that right front of the wall, you're going to break the steering here too.
Not what you want to be doing, Croaky. Leads to the points coming in today's race. Right side of your screen there, folks. Geomax point standings here. 48-point deficit here for first and second. So those points are pretty much kind of locked in at the moment. Klosterman third in the point standings here. 2 wins for Brian Warner Jr. sits in fourth, but 6 points separate Brian Warner Jr. and Connor Hazel. So that's 6 position points that you're going to be seeing here. And with Connor in the race right now, he's going to need some ground. The striker's 8 points behind him, so that's 8 position points. So we're going to see a couple little battles here. Croaky pretty much solidifying the season, trying to come out on top when it comes to the most wins. Right now, has one more than Corey Bodnot. All right, double file restart again. Caution lamps do not count. It is up to the race controller out there, who is Penguin, giving everybody a good show. Green flag. Bodnot jumps to the bottom.
Alonso didn't go there.
Brian Warner Jr. to the outside. There they go. Bodnot to the inside. Alonso King carrying the corner. 34 trying to slide up to the 5-7. 5-7 to the outside. Good run from Brian Warner Jr. Bodnot still trying to utilize the bottom side of the racetrack here. It's going to slide up and pull that second lane. And we talked about how the sliders were going to work this week. And right now you're going to see crossovers like crazy. 34, 57. Bodnot leads into the corner. It's going to be still trying to pull that slider. 5-7 crosses back over side by side. A little door bang for both of the drivers. 34, 5-7. 34 up on the high side. Wall tap off the corner. It's going to have the outside lane on the 5-7 here.
Victor already up 5 spots from the back from restarting at the back.
Church started 9th, working his way forward. Nose cam as he sees it rolling forward, 15 into the wall. 76 of Mark Retchen trying to give a little bit more, as now there's a little battle side by side here. Robert Church right behind Mark Retchen. Above Nick Klosterman to the 26. Bodnot holding on. A good battle right now between these two. 8 laps to go. 2 seconds the difference here between the 5-7, 34. Croaky working a crossover for the 34.
Good slide job there, clean.
We wanted to see if the drivers were going to be able to hold on, and right now they're showing up. 34 able to edge for second right now. Brian Warner Jr. still with a big crossover on the 34. These two side by side on the back straightaway. Croaky sounds like he's getting a few little wall taps here, but able to carry the outside lane.
Definitely turning into slide job city out there right now.
34 able to carry 5-7 to the bottom. 34, 5-7. 34 is going to have a good clear here if he can hold on to it. And the 57, the more that they slide here, the more that Bodnot takes the advantage. But here comes Alonso King, Warner Jr. all the way to the bottom. Up into the wall, 80 side by side. 57 drops back to 4th. Here comes Alonso King. 34, 80, 57 almost had his nose there. Good battle here for second. Fastest lap of the race, 16:01. Ran by your race leader, Alonso King. Still holding on to second as Bodnot tries to slide one more time. 2 to go in the heat. 80 side by side moving. Retchen had an issue. Caution.
Gotta be careful with them side jobs, but they're doing a heck of a job out there with them.
It's fast up there, but it's dangerous. I agree. That is that's a great way to look at this racetrack is that that high line right now is where the grip's going to be. And because the track isn't as dynamic as you would want it to be, that dirt doesn't really push anywhere but up. Here's what happened. I'm going to go far chase here, because normally it's supposed to auto select that, but it did not. Mark Retchen out of the corner, up taps the wall, right side digging the wall. I think his tire comes off here at some point. right here. Ooh. Yeah, they're right front.
Broke that steering like we were talking about earlier.
Same as you did, Anthony. Yeah, that tire just took off. Man. Alrighty. We'll have 2 laps to go here. It'll be a white flag situation when they come back around. You're going to keep seeing that final lap tick away right there. That's not good. It's not going to happen. Not yet. Not yet. Andy having a little connection issue there. Corey Bodnot able to hold on to third. Alonso King in second. Brian Warner Jr. in fourth. I think the battle right here between the top 4. That can you imagine what's going to happen here over the course of 75 laps for the feature?
They're going to throw haymakers here.
Oh, man. The field checks up. And Corey Bodnot having to play defense right now. Big checkup on the outside. Croaky comes around. Going to be up near the wall. He's going to be fine. Alonso King's going to be second. Bodnot third. Strickland fourth. Klosterman Church.
Alonso into the wall.
I did see that. He went Hail Mary on that one. This is what happened to Alonso King. They're going to have a quick warm-up here. Yep, that's what they're going to have. Warm-up coming up. And for the time being, we're going to let him have at it. All right, if you haven't done so, reach up, hit that like button. It goes a long way to support the stream. We're going to let everybody have a little fun here for just for a moment. And we'll be right back with you in just a moment.
So the starting lineup for the night's going to be Matthew Croce on pole, Alonzo King second, Brian Warner going to be in third, Corey Bonat in fourth, Mark Ratchin is going to be in fifth, sixth is Anthony Crownover, Gary Mansberg is going to be in sixth, seventh Nick Klosterman, Church behind him, Connor Hazel behind him in eighth. Wesley Strait in ninth. Michael Strickland is going to be back there in 10th. And Adam is going to be back there in, at the tail in 10th.
Whole lot happening here, folks. Budgie, thank you for the 500 biddies. We'll make sure that we give that over to some of the best in the world. We'll see what's going to happen here. I think Bodnot is dropping to the tail end. I think Croce is dropping to the tail end. And I think there's
a little bit of talk and practice about passing being an issue, and they want to prove a point, I guess.
You know, top three to the tail end of the field. Not a bad deal. Thank you for the 500 biddies. Big slam on the table. Bam! They are ours. Thank you very much. 75 laps here. Caution laps did I count. That's one of the big factors of all of this, is making sure that that happens. I appreciate you all sticking through the Monday nights. It's been an absolute blast. It's been an absolute joy to have you on board as Nick Klosterman, Michael Strickland make up your front row here for the start of this one. The feature, 75 laps, ELDORA championship race. Huge outcome for this series. It's been amazing. They're going to be coming back here in about, 3 weeks. I do believe they're actively recruiting for the next season. Season 3, going to be 410 sprints, and I believe the super lates is going to be absolutely amazing. Green flag. We're live and in charge. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and X.
It's going to be exciting seeing these guys come through the field.
We'll keep our eye on it. Right now, the battle for the lead. 26-88 side by side. Little Fox on board the 88. He gives up a little room. How about Church to the back bumper? Church out of the throttle. Let's go, says Budgie Bird. Much love. Connor Hazel trying to dig out of the corner here. Crownover sees the 80 and the 2 to the inside. Alonzo King takes over. One of the first drivers in that lead pack has a little blink going on right now. 2:34 side by side to the bottom. 15 Crownover with the 2. Mark Retchen, fastest lap of the race, and Mark trying to go places.
Mark's going somewhere.
All right, this track is drying out. What's the biggest thing about a dry track there, Mr. Dove?
It's slick, and it's going to get slicker. It's going to be hard to drive, get real loose.
Alonzo King to the inside. That dark portion of the racetrack is a whole bunch of rubber being laid down, and right now, 80 slides up to 76. 80 in the wall, 76 around. Hold on, caution comes out. Mark Retchen. Oh, the 80 netcode him with that bump because he blinked. And then that put the 76 in an awkward spot. 76 to the back bumper becomes more of a self-spin than anything else. But he got to the back bumper, so he's going to tow. Take that short tow truck ride to the infield here at ELDORA. Man, oh man.
Impressive with the striker out front there, holding off Nick for the lead.
You know, sometimes it is all about being at the right place at the right time when the caution can come out. Now he can get out there and control the restart. This clay oval surface, it's iconic in all of dirt racing. At a
This is one of the granddaddies of them all.
Well, see, they say it's located north of Rossburg, Ohio, in the village of New Weston, Ohio. The website claims a capacity of 22,886 spectators in the permanent grandstands and unlimited attendance for the Grass Hillside spectator area. The permanent grandstand and VIP suite seats make it the largest sports stadium in the Dayton, Ohio region, according to the Dayton Business Journal. I mean, it's big.
They call it the Big E, so.
Well, if you've ever seen the logo, folks, it is a big E. That is exactly it. Thank you to all of the fine folks that have been out there supporting this dirt series. Chop Shop Racing. We'll be back with it here in a couple of weeks. Tomorrow night, we're going to have a little more Chop Shop Racing. We're going to be back with the truck series tomorrow night. That's going to be exciting to see. We're going to see what week 13 at iRacing has in store. Some new cars. Good restart for the 88. We're going to have to try to hold on here. Static camps for you. Connor Hazel up to second. Klosterman back to third. Down to the bottom side. Here comes Croaky. I'm going to say he's trying to make the pass here. Connor Hazel to the lead, but that's that outside line. Still trying to keep that grip. Mid lane seems to be working right now. Oh baby. That's the difference between experienced sliders and drivers that are still kind of learning the circuit. I know these drivers have been putting in the effort, but we watched the 4,000 I-rated drivers work around each other, and then now we're seeing kind of a little bit different kind of battle here as Stryker drops to the bottom side, slides the corner up in front of the 27. Oh no! Oh baby.
I think Croaky broke the steering back there.
I think he did. Caution will come out here. Mark Retchen will get that spot back. Stays on that lead lap.
Yeah, that right front's hanging up on the 2 there.
You see that that right side tire is floating. He's trying to come to pit road right now. They do have a fast repair. Again, caution laps do not count. So we'll see if Croaky can get that fast repair taken care of, get himself to the tail end of the field at single car spin. So that'll be him taking care of that and be able to make that work. It's kind of hard to leave pit road here.
It's a difficult pit road and it's a difficult track, like especially when it gets this slick.
Brian Warner Jr. coming to pit road as well. Maybe looking for that fast repair himself. Yeah, he didn't have a wing on. All right, Connor Hazel and Michael Strickland had a good battle there. They're going to be trying to make this one work for the next 75, or so the next 65 laps. That's a lot of racing still left to go. We watched the 100 lapper last night at Fallujah. These tires can and will blow. Like, it'll give you what they call the dreaded meatball flag in iRacing, and there's still a potential if these drivers don't save enough tire here that it can become an issue.
You can definitely burn that right rear off, and the handling of the car will really go away. You're just spinning the tires then, and it's you're not making any forward progress.
Search for grip, back the track up, and see how long you can hold on to it. 27 goes, green flag. Alonso King, Robert Church. Church to the outside of Klosterman there. Drivers trying to hold on to it, not get into each other. Croaky gets around Dama and Wesley Straight. How about we go to the onboard of Adam Dama as he works the corner here. Great looking race line for him so far. He's out there learning as much as he can about racing, and being new to dirt. What advice would you give these guys, Brad? If anybody's in new to dirt, what do you think is the hardest thing for anybody to grasp?
Be easy on that throttle. Well, it's all about throttle control, and then once you get comfortable with it, play with the throttle a little bit more.
Wesley Straight having an issue. He came to pit lane, and you're looking at how much the hands are moving for Adam and how he is having to look over. He's in VR, so he is looking over you see him looking to the left, but he's looking right there where you see us kind of aiming, He's just trying to maintain and keep a gap and time the car. He's going to get a little bit sideways there, having to correct. But doing a good job nonetheless. So congratulations on Dama for getting out there and running with these drivers. Connor Hazel out front. Mansberger involved in something here. We'll have to take a look and see what happened. Brad, do you like VR or do you like triples? Do you like single monitors? What's kind of your flavor?
So my plan is to get triples, but right now I run on a single monitor, so that's my favorite right now. Anything that gets me into the car, right?
Well, yeah. I've raced on all of it, and I tell you what, I've raced with the tree of monitors, which is triples and one on top. I've raced on a single monitor when I first started doing all this, when I was just racing, and then I've raced in VR, and I like VR. It's immersive, but boy, can it make you nauseous.
I think it'd make me motion sickness.
So that's how I felt about it. All right, 86 out of the throttle. Oh, just had the 15 get into him there a little bit. That's what I saw out of that. Maybe a little bit when it came to getting out of the throttle. 15 had a good run to the outside. The 86 was just still a little bit sideways on corner exit. And great save by Dom. 16 of 75, third caution of the feature. As this one ticks down to the final. I'm glad to see 13 drivers show up on this final race. We kind of know the outcome of the championship, but you definitely want to make sure that you still root the drivers on. You continue to push the narrative that this can be some of the best racing out there. Right now, Corey Bodennott has worked himself to fourth. It's taken a little while to do it. May not seem like that much, but these are some big laps.
Yeah, they're running 16.6s right now, so.
Not fastest lap of the feature, 16.49. That's about a half second off what you saw before. 27 here to defend. Bottom side working Alonso King. Up on the high side with the 34, trying to run third lane. Church on the corner. Church side by side with the 80. 3 wide into turn 1. Ooh, 80 into the 76. Oh, no. Hold on to it. I think everybody's good. Retchen having it. He's going to be tore up here. Got that fast repair. Got that car worked on. It's going to drop at a pit road here. 27 up top. 88. Oh, both drivers on the wall. 34 might be able to capitalize here. 88 slides to the bottom. Crossover once again. 88, 34, high line running. Connor Hazel back to third. And Crownover trying to go places. Church involved. Caution. Man, oh man. Church tapped the wall here. Went to throw it in the corner. He was just stuck on the wall, nowhere for the 80 to go. But his rear bumper. One more time here.
Got Mansberger there at the end of it too.
I did. That's why I was trying to figure out who was involved in that one. Here's Gary right here. Gary trying to minimize the nose damage. That thing crinkled in pretty badly there.
Yeah, these cars are like tin cans right now. They do the best they can with the model, but make them a little tougher, they'll be better.
One of the things about this racetrack that finds and can find and define it is being able to run all of these 75 laps and continue to kind of put more of that drive line together. If you can get enough of that damage replaced, it becomes a factor. Mark Retchen be back on the lead lap here. I do believe we're going to try to keep everybody on the lead lap for this one. It is the final race of the season. Might as well, right?
That's right.
88, 27, 34, 15, 2, 86. And we'll have the 28, the 76 back here. Klosterman's coming around as well. Brian Warner Jr. got the car all worked on. He's just testing. He's up there trying to test the waters with that right rear early. We're back at it. Green.
Corey Bonat to the bottom there.
Outside lane trying to prepare. Corey, late in runs, likes to put his nose right down to the bottom side of the racetrack. And right now you're seeing a few drivers being able to compete up on the high side. Slider up, 34, 15 to the back bumper, 15. Down across the nose of the two in fifth. Caution, Church involved again. I think Church's car is just tore up here.
Has no nose.
He was trying to come to pit lane. He was. Oh, and it just bounced him out. Sousa, thank you very much for the like out there. Appreciate you. The caution, he was just trying to come to pit road. The caution should not have come out there, but that's an iRacing thing. Alonso King's going to be a lap down here. What if they're going to let him get back on the lead lap? I would assume because of what happened to the wrenching, they would do that. Church hopefully going to be able to get that car work done. Old ELDORA. Call it ELDORA or Elvira, whichever you want to call it. I'd appreciate it. Thank you to iRacing. Thank you to all the dirt racing fans out there. Much love to you. If you don't think this thing is dusty, well, I tell you what, this thing is throwing up some dust. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, that track's really drying out and getting really slick. The guys are going to be struggling for the next 50 some on laps of just trying to get grip.
Will be 52 to go this time by. Alonso King, tail of the field. Stryker's going to be a race leader, 34-15-2. Ready to rock and roll as well. We'll see if Corey Bodnot can get a better restart. We're going to give a little bit of extra room for the pace truck. Let the pace truck leave pit lane, get into pit lane, and then probably out of 3 and 4. That's when you'll see if the 88's going to go or not. Bodnot on the back bumper. Timing is everything. 88 goes. Good restart for Stryker there. He's going to whip that thing around. He says, watch me whip. And watch me nay-nay. 2 to third. Bodnot going to be able to cross over here. They'll have a little side-by-side battle. 2 down to the middle portion of the lane. 34 trying to go to third. 2 back to the outside. .34 doing a great job of managing the throttle there. The curious nature of what these drivers are going to be able to do here is trying to find more grip. Can you ask the car to give you more there?
You don't want to ask too much out of the car because the more you give it throttle, the more spin you're going to give.
Right now, you see the tire tracks. That's the wall here at ELDORA, front straightaway. Everybody kind of riding right where they're at. Wall tap for the 27. 2 is going to capitalize. 34 is going to go down to the bottom side. 27 back crossover. Might be able to get back to the inside. We'll see as the drivers go to work. 27 might slide back up. Connor Hazel, that's the Geomax sponsor right there. Thank you to Connor for all the support he's been able to do for these drivers. 2 down to the bottom. Strickland crossing back over. Croaky, Strickland side by side. Strickland clears. 2 to the back bumper. Out of the throttle, back into the throttle. 34 doing a great job of just trying to check the line. And there they go. Bump drafting down to the back straightaway on a dirt track.
This thing, Croaky was just in the back, like with a caution with broken steering not too long ago.
34 is going to slide in front of the 88. It's going to get up into the wall. 2 to the bottom side here. This is the trap you don't want, as now the 34 will be right there with Strickland. 29 laps complete. 30 underway this time by. Top 3 pulling away. Connor Hazel in 4th. Anthony Crownover solid in 5th. But here comes Alonso King. King started to the back as well.
I think Croaky broke the steering again.
Croaky up into the wall. Does have it right side up in the air. I think you're right. The car is floating up on the high side. Michael Strickland, Corey Bodnott. Croaky dropping heavily here. It's going to be up into the wall. Trying everything he can to get himself working. Corey Bodnott working the bottom side of the racetrack. Gets the slider on Strickland. Strickland, 34. They had a little bit of a run-in before, and right now, Strickland will have to now go back and try to fight Corey Bodnott for the next 40 laps. Croaky, bottom side, Klosterman. Croaky, they get a little dinged up there. There's no more fast repairs for the drivers, I don't think. I think this one, he's just trying to hold on. Keep the bottom side of the racetrack working. He goes a lap down. Bodnott out front, 4/10 of a second as Stryker tries to close back in. Oh, tire off on the 80. No debris caution. He's going to be slow on the bottom side here. 80 trying to turn into pit lane. He's going to, caution will come out. I tell you what, that turn in right there needs a better inlet for iRacing, because that right there is 2 cautions that didn't need to be brought out for the sake of it. I mean, we like to see it if it can happen, but I'll tell you this much, it can be an issue.
What's very interesting is on that pass when Stryker was coming back to get to the 34, Corey held it, pinched him low, so he cut off his momentum, so Stryker had to lift.
Man, oh man. Yeah, that's why dirt racing is as exciting as it is. Mansberger will get his lap back here. Croaky's on pit road. He's getting the right front work done. He'll be able to get a lot of that time ticked away here. Alonso King coming back out as well. He was able to get enough of that damage fixed to be able to get the tire hooked back up on the car. We'll see if everybody's going to be able to keep that taken care of. The 2 of Croaky on pit road, first driver off the lead lap besides Alonso King. They will probably put him back on the lead lap. They do. They put the 80 back on the lead lap here. So Bodnott tail end. All right, we got 40 laps to go. Who you got your eye on now?
Corey's really strong, but I still got my faith in Stryker back there in second, you know. He was doing some really good side-by-side racing with the crossovers. I don't know. He might be able to pull it out.
Well, you have to see if the old man can win the last race of the season. 34 will have the high lane on the restart here, I do believe. I think Croaky is gonna choose that one. Or Bodnott, sorry, he's gonna choose that one. Croaky on pit lane here. Hopefully he's gonna be able to get because I see the right front tire back on the ground, so that's at least a positive notion here. He'll be able to leave, and if he keeps himself clean, barring another caution, he might be able to drive himself back around this, so he'll be 1 lap down. And we'll take a look and see how this one's going to play out here. Gonna stay up with the pace trot. 34 goes. 88. Going to carry the corner. Corey's won races by managing restarts all season long, and ELDORA, no stranger to any racetrack that you wouldn't want to be a part of here. Right now, half second the gap. Crowd over in third. Mark Russian has rebounded as well. That car has seen better days. He is literally... That front of that car, it looks like a can opener came and just ripped it apart. and he's still wheeling the hell out of it.
He's doing a heck of a job with a beat-up car.
Washerman back to fifth. There is Brian Warner Jr. Jr. on the bottom side slides up, crossover. Great battle right here. This is the battle for fifth. Bodnot half second, try to hold off Stryker up near the wall. Strickland runs a better line here, closing in just about a tenth each lap here now, as we see what these drivers are going to be able to do. As the Stryker to the wall this time, though, he is flirting with the edge of this racetrack. Hazel to the bottom, trying to clear Mansberger. All the way, still running the bottom side. He's going to slide up, going to get into the wall. Connor Hazel running inside the top three for a little while there. Now has to work his way back forward. Got himself pretty much a brand new car. Croaky still a lap down up here, running with the 5.7, trying to unlap himself here. Not a bad idea. 76 sideways, side by side. They run. Get a lot of the damage on that car fixed pretty quickly there when it comes to being on pit road. Man, oh man, this has been fun.
It is. It's really exciting. Striker into the wall again.
I think Stryker will beat down the wall to get himself back around this thing.
He's trying to make that track wider.
I mean, you would need it. He is flirting with the edge of that racetrack. He gets into the corner, and you watch the left side of your screen. He is mere inches away in most of that corner. Digs. He is closing the gap once again. Under 30 laps to go. That's a great look at what these drivers are going through here. Mark Retchen having an issue. Caution comes out. As they'll back it down, and Stryker was absolutely working his way forward.
Stryker was definitely closing down that gap. I think he was running closer to the wall, getting more of that grip from up there by the wall on that cushion.
Mark was trying to come to pit road.
I think Corey's playing a little bit cautious, keeping it down low a little bit, trying not to tear up that car.
One of the things that you can see on this racetrack right now is that you would have cooled the tires off. You got to run where the drivers have not been running. A lot of rubber laid in the middle portion of this racetrack. It's a big racetrack, and these Pro Late models, they do tear this racetrack up. Could you imagine super lates around this thing?
Oh, they'd really tear it up.
That'll be the next series, Pro Late models. There goes Connor Hazel.
410s.
And the 410 splits. It's going to be 410 sprint splits. He's speaking. Connor Hazel back on the lead lap. Mansberger might be back on the lead lap as well. Church out of the race. Always great to see Church out there. One of the admins of the series. We give him some love and show him all the support we can. Alonso King on pit road, getting more of that damage taken care of. Hopefully he's going to be able to. That's one of the things that once you break something, you pretty much have to come in every caution just to be able to get yourself back in the swing of things. But Croaky was running up there inside the top 5, even a lap down, and that was
back on the lead lap too.
And he is. All right. That kind of changes the dynamic. 7th caution of the race, 46 of 75 will be complete this time by. Will be under 30 laps to go. All eyes on the prize. Green again. Stryker, big run. We'll see the side-by-side racing. Well, he'll slide up inside here, and I think Stryker has been learning what Corey's been doing here. And now we've got to see where the middle portion of this field is going to be. Dama holding on. Alonso King still on the lead lap. He's got a little blink happening there. 4/10 of a second difference here as Strickland holds on. Brian Warner Jr. has been trying to save a little tire. And Klosterman have been duking it out, but here comes Kuroki as well. $49 of 75. Kuroki just has to avoid all contact at all costs right now.
I think he just wants to finish this race right now, the way his car is.
34 up the line. Roberge, thank you for the like, sir. Much love, brother. Stryker trying to close back down the gap again. You see it this time by 25 laps to go. Geomax, Dirt Outlaws, Sanger, Texas, go give them some love. We appreciate everybody being out there all season long. 940-736-7720. That is Geomax Dirt Outlaws for tonight's main event. It is a championship race. Bodnot, Strickland. Strickland closing in. Strickland just a touch faster that time. Can Kuroki get around Klosterman here? The more he battles, the harder it is on not only on the car, but the harder it is to be able to continue to battle. Right now, Klosterman slides the two. Two crosses over. Klosterman into the wall. The two to clear will need to really push here. Has 4.4 seconds to make up over the course of the next 22 laps. Bodnot, quarter second difference here between he and Strickland. Strickland taps the wall again. Got to keep that car nice and simple. Caution comes out. Gary Mansberger.
And I think Stryker just broke the steering on his car with the contact he just had.
I think Mansberger was trying to come to pit lane. He broke his car. He was trying to come to pit lane. So Strickland, yeah, he did right there at right front, right up on that wall. So he should be able to come to pit lane, at least get that car fixed. Man, so hard to turn into the corner here. Strickland trying not to get into anybody here.
Stryker was having a good run, and it's kind of disappointing to see that happen to him. He was learning from one of the best in the series here, and doing a great job up there.
Tell you what you're seeing here is they're wiggling, they're trying to crab walk their way to get some more damage repaired. Mark Retchen there. Corey Bodnot's going to be a race leader. Crownover will be second. Brian Warner Jr. And there's the guy leading in points coming into today's race. Won the heat race by a significant margin. So that's a bad luck, and the ELDORA wall has reached up and bit pretty much everybody. And one of the cleanest races Corey Bodnot's had all season long as well. He's been just trying to keep it nice and comfortable, nice and clean. Outside lane on the restart here for the 34. 2 will restart behind him. There's the 15 and the 5-7 on the inside. This will benefit Kuroki here. It'll put him close again.
Gonna get interesting.
Strickland got his fast repair. Will restart on the outside. Good restart for the 34. 2 to the back bumper to the 15. 27 to the wall. Gets almost ran over there. 88 to the outside of Klosterman. Klosterman, you see the little bit of net code there that pushed Klosterman forward. Kuroki will now run and try to run down Bodnot here. Strickland, the better on the long run. Now stuck behind a few drivers as right now Brian Warner Jr. Oh, caution again, Alonso King.
Not what Corey wanted to see.
I think it came out when he was leaving pit lane. Oh, come on, iRacing. Well, Connor Hazel had an issue. But he was trying to come to
Pretty
pit lane.
impressive, Kuroki coming through the field like he has, with a damaged car and still be able to get up there to second.
But is his damage going to be enough here? With that damaged car, is it going to be enough to be able to,
Definitely changes the handling of the car. Any kind of damage you get to these cars is going to change how it drives and stuff, and the turning ability. But he's pretty darn good at what he does, and he knows what he's doing out there.
Thanks to everyone watching throughout the season, says Mr. Church out there. Come back around July 8th for season 3. It'll be bigger and better. Huge shout out to Connor Hazel and Geomax for being the primary sponsor. You ain't lying, sir. Folks, if you haven't done so, hit that like button. It does go a long way to support the stream, supports the driver, supports the league. Make sure that, and it also gives the best exposure. It's a free way to support. Doesn't cost you anything, but a little exercise out of your thumb. You're going to burn less than a calorie. Thank you, Churchy. Appreciate you, sir. 234. There's the 15. There's the 5.7. It talked about the potential of beating and banging on each other. Well,
Or he's taking that bottom side this time so he can get a good old side job down in 1 or 2.
And pull the 5.7 with him. Battle coming back. 2 with a big run. Walls for everybody. Oh, caution again. Mark Reschen up under the wall. This car's being unmanageable for everybody. Oh, man, that wall just reached up, grabbed his tire, and spun him around. And now more parts of the 76 are laying on the racetrack.
Could have a yard sale with parts right now off these cars.
Anybody need a late model? Anybody need a late model? Mark is good people out of Jefferson City. He went to Worldwide Technology this past weekend. I know that he watched an exciting NASCAR race. Congrats to him. I know that we had planned on getting up there and doing just that ourselves. However, just had to go to the doctor today, and we had to make sure she was good to go before we did anything else. 34, the 2, the 5.7, the 15. You know, back-to-back restarts sometimes give us single-file restarts or back-to-back yellows. So we'll see if they switch the pace up here. Croaky had a great... I think that Bodnot needs to keep the outside lane, because when he restarted the inside lane there, turn 2 was the advantage to Croaky. And, one more corner there. And if a caution comes out, midway through third, that's a scoring pylon right there, and that would have given the lead over to Croaky here. There are 4 sections on the racetrack where they have markers that would determine who is out front. Sometimes, depending on the session, depending on who's doing what, it does show up on the other side. 34-2, timing is everything. Green flag.
Rookie right there with Corey on that restart.
Good timing. Having to watch the timing because you don't want to make the pass too early or hit that button too early, hit that throttle too early. Absolutely, Budgie. She's okay. She's got more appointments coming up that are going to be a little bit more detrimental. So we'll be good. 2 to the bottom. Side-by-side corner exit, 34-2. This has been a battle all season long. 4/10 of a second, half second back now. Can Croaky find a way to pass? 16 laps to go. Don't look now. No, 88's coming. He's got himself a brand new car. And he's the next contestant on Can I Send It Around Everybody? 15 into the wall. 88 side by side is going to be able to pick up third. Striker, the best on the long run here, is going to be able to slide up. Egg-shaped the corner. Brian Warner Jr. back in 5th. Crownover up 9 spots where he is at. And doing a pretty darn bang-up job. 8/10 of a second lead here for Bodnut to Croaky. 14 to go.
Striker's wheeling that car back there.
Caution comes back out. Brian Warner Jr. involved.
Striker was really reeling in Croaky there before that caution.
Yep. Brian had the same issue there that everybody else has had. That right side has been torn off. And, ooh, great job by Alonzo King. So, there were a couple. Still above 10 laps to go, so double final restart here. 11 cautions. All the cars have pretty much been torn up. I mean, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the track claim more victims than the drivers.
And if you go back and look at that replay of that incident, it doesn't look like he had a spoiler, so it makes the car even more harder to drive without that spoiler.
Oh, he knocked it off on the back straightaway coming out of 2. So he had a spoiler there. Comes out, and spoiler comes off there. And then, yeah, he's got nowhere to go. No downforce, no rear downforce here. And then the right side's ripped up and ripped off. And unfortunate for Brian Warner Jr., but he'll sit on pit road, get a few moments of there it is. He still had a fast repair.
One of the few to still have one left.
Connor Hazel coming back around, gets back up there. 57 came to pit road, so he'll start at the tail of the field. As we'll see what happens here for the 2 and the 34. 34 on the bottom side. Better opportunity here on the restart. 34 will now be able to go. 2 on the timing. Here comes Stryker. Bodnop with a big run here. Slider for the 2. Can he make it stick? Up the wall. 34 crosses over. 2 back to the outside. 88 in the middle lane. 34-2. 2 to the bottom.
Striker in the perfect spot if these two get together here.
Connor Hazel having an issue. Strickland with a big run to the back bumper will cross the 2. Strickland to the bottom side. Great on the long run. 88 has the speed. 10 laps to go. 88 in the wall a little bit there. He's got to keep it maintained. He has the pace here to pull this one off. .34 keeping the 88 in check to the wall. 88 needs it. He's got the speed to outrun Corey Bodnot. He just has to find it and make it stick. Croaky back to 3rd. Crownover in 4th. Bodnot, your race leader here with 8 laps to go. Strickland constantly catching Corey Bodnot, making it tough to pass. And I'm telling you, the right idea here is to just try to send it where you can. Strickland closes it again. Ryan, love Eldora. I love it too. And see right there, the 88 into the wall again. Makes me think Corey is just kind of slowing up into the corner to force Stryker to check up. 5 laps to go. Stryker has got to make sure that he is not falling for that trick, especially when it comes to the speed.
I think them right rears are burned out. These drivers are tired after this 70-lap run, you know. Let they all hang out there.
88 trying to close in, quarter second. To Corey Bodnot, 2 to the bottom side. So Croaky's going to go a lap down. The battle for the win is right here. Caution comes out. Come on.
Stryker had him set up perfect.
Single file restart at the end of this one. Croaky was trying to come to pit lane. Alonso King had an issue. Alonso was coming to pit lane. I'd have just stayed out there and let this thing race out. Now, Alonso King was trying to come to pit lane. And that is what brings out your caution. Man.
Striker was getting ready to throw a Hail Mary down there in turn 1 and 2.
I'd have loved to see him duke it out there for the final 3 laps. Will be 3 laps to go when we go back at it here. Corey Bodnotch, your race leader. Strickland's in second. Crown over. Klosterman, Brian Warner Jr., Dama, Croaky, able to get the car worked on. So lots of, whoa. Everybody's going to get back on the lead lap here. Alonso King got enough damage fixed there to be able to do that. So Connor Hazel will get a lap back here. Lights will be off on the pace car or pace truck here. We'll be going back to green flag racing with 3 laps to go.
I think
Man.
single foul is actually kind of good for Striker because he gets to follow him into the corner. Instead of having to start side by side, he can follow right off the go.
Bodnot goes, green flag. Striker picks a different lane here. He did not start right in that second groove like the 34 did. And here comes Striker into the corner. 34 all the way to the bottom side. Strickland to the run to the outside. Bodnot try to hold on the pace to Strickland. Strickland lifts. Bodnot, Strickland. Striker to the outside. Striker trying to hold on. Bodnot trying to carry the corner. 88 to the bottom side. Straightaways. Bodnot, that's where Striker needs. He's getting set up into the corner. 88 has to dig here, has to run him down. Can Strickland get enough speed off the corner? Bodnot's going to win it. Strickland second, Crown over third. And
that was one hell of a championship race.
Tell you what, Bodnot set up the corner early. He knew that if he can continue to have the low line crossover on 3 and 4, that's where the experience comes into play. So Bodnot gets the victory. But I'm going to tell you, Matthew Croaky, though, is your series champion after they go and wreck each other here. So Croaky gets the championship victory here. And is going to be your Season 2 champion. There was no doubt in my mind that was what's going to happen. Big hype. Thank you, Budgie. Appreciate you. Striker did a phenomenal job there. Just needed a little bit more. And turned into one heck of a race and one heck of a season. It was insane. Let's talk to your series champion. Matthew Croaky comes home. In P6, you had to battle ELDORA here. And thank goodness this wasn't a points race for you because this one, your car got beat up tonight.
Yeah, it was one of those nights where, I had the championship locked up, so we were just going to have some fun running the boards. And, at the beginning of the race, me, Corey, and King took that EOL just to have some fun. And it turned out to be really fun, just running through everybody and then getting up on the top when it's slick. And, I think a lot of people were popping tires. I think Corey's tire actually went down there at the end, so it would have been interesting to see him, Striker, and me battle it out there. But, I ate the wall and broke my right front for the 3rd time, so it wasn't very fun.
How long did it take to fix it every time you went in?
I only stayed in there for a minute or two. That first time I did it, I got a fast spare. Second time, I was in there for like a minute or two, went back out really quick just to run it. And it felt fine, so I just, stayed out and kept it going. And then that 3rd time there, it was like 10 minutes of repair. So I stayed in there for about a minute, and the tire got back on. So I just kept on going.
I mean, that's kind of the attitude about this series. It's been crazy to watch you guys battle back and forth. Tied for the most wins now. We'll have to make it officially the 8-8, but you came in with a commanding lead in the points, 48 above. I know Corey missed a race, but when it comes down to it tonight, if I factor in what could have been, what might have been, you did get the Heat win tonight, so that would have stacked up some points. I mean, it would have been a little bit more close. What do you think if you hadn't missed a race? What would have been the mindset tonight coming in?
If he didn't miss a race, depending on how big the lead was, it probably would have just been more of like a survival race, over actually running. Because I know if we were still in the battle, he would have probably went all out to try to win it. Uh, for me, honestly, it probably would have just been survival till the last 25, and then go from there and see what happens instead of lap one just start banging the boards. So. It sucks for him to miss a race. I think it would have been a really fun point series, especially with me and him tied for 8-8 for wins. Then you have the sprinkle wins here and there from the other guys. I think it would have been really interesting. But overall, it's been a fun league. I can't wait. Hopefully for next season, see what they do. I think the plan is supers and 410s, so we'll see what they do with that. If they're going to go open setups or if they're going to do fixed still. Kind of hoping towards fixed setup. I don't really want to run open late model setups personally because I don't have any. But if they do, I think we'll figure out something and try to go from there.
There's this place called Premier Racing Setups. If you use promo code signature 15, you save 15%. Sorry, that was a shameless plug there. Anyway, it's a great race. Brad, what do you got for Matt?
What's your most memorable moment from this championship year, bro?
Oh, well, I can't really even pinpoint one. I think what did I steal a win in the late models from Corey the one week?
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have had to been probably my most favorite, just because I don't run late models as much as sprint cars, or at least I used to. Recently, since this update, I've actually been running a lot more late models and sprint cars because I think sprint cars are dead and suck now, to be honest. So hopefully they'll fix them one day, but until then, I think it's just going to be more fender cars for me and sprinkle in the sprint car here and there.
Congrats on your championship, bud.
Yeah, thank you.
Matt, give you shout outs. You are the Geomax Dirt Outlaws Chop Shop Dirt Racing Series champion.
Yeah, first off, I have to thank everybody here at Chop Shop and Geomax for sponsoring, you for the broadcast, M9 Performance, Velocity Race Design, Weichel Sportswear, Power Outdoors, Arcade Farms. I have to thank each and every one of the drivers for coming out every week and putting on a show for all the fans. Without them watching, it would be kind of boring. So thank you all to the fans, and hopefully we'll be back next season to go over again.
It'll be great. It'll be fun, and it'll be a good time. It'll be a really good time. We'll see you here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, thank you.
That is your champion. Was at number 2? This is Matthew Kuruki, and I tell you what, he's been showing up and putting out, doing a great job.
He had one heck of a season.
Oh, he did, and nothing wrong with coming in and just trying to have some fun. That's what it's supposed to be about. Speaking of having fun, we talked about him last week, or we talked to him the last time before the holiday. Corey Bodnott is going to be your race winner tonight here at ELDORA. You and I talked last time, and it was about